And we are back.
We're back.
I've actually, my goodness, can I just start off with an apology?
Sure. I love
First
good
off,
apologies.
First off, I have been so sick and tired of this weather. I've wanted to record like what? 2-3 episodes now,
Yeah.
but it's just been bad. We're doing something different with the third camera.
Yeah.
We have a Chomsky cam
We have a new, cast member to join. Welcome to the podcast.
to join our podcast. And we're also sitting across from each other now. So,
Yes.
Now you have a little bit more back support. And
Yeah, I'm 37, and so I need a little lumbar support, and I'm really grateful that you've rearranged our setup so that I can have a nice little cushion to sit on.
We're also like invested in doing this. So we want to build like something a little bit more studio like downstairs. Like
Yes.
there's a lot going on here. We've got some plans.
We've got plans.
And today's episode is actually going to be different from our last because usually we just cover the episode.
Yeah.
We cover Slayers. But we got some hot topics to talk about.
We do. We have a really good list.
Yeah, but before we go into it, our anniversary was last week.
Yeah, it was.
Happy anniversary.
What did I do for you? What was so nice?
David took me out to the ball game and
And proposed Game 7 World Series.
yeah, so I said I'd only say I do if we won.
Yeah.
And unfortunately we didn't.
So I have to wait for the next time the Blue Jays are in the World Series. Or actually, so JM doesn't really know this, but I'm a big Ticat fan. And the Hamilton Tiger Cats are playing in the Eastern Final this weekend. And so, hey, who knows? Maybe we'll be getting engaged this weekend if they win. Go Ticats.
There we go. I actually surprised me a lot that you do sports. Because, I always tell everyone that I'm dating a special person.
Sports people are special people. Sports people are special people.
They are. So we're having I think we can go into our first segment.
Okay.
And this is so we're trying something different because we're trying to find what works with us. And I've always said that David is a wine connoisseur. That's connoisseur in French.
Yeah.
He loves his wine. Loves it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, babe, we can make there's content in this.
Yeah.
So tell us about today's wine. You want to show the bottle too?
I can show the bottle. For a second, I was like, no, I can't. I don't know where it is. But it's actually right here behind me. And this is the bottle here. So we are having a Shiraz from, I think it's from Australia. They are two hands, gnarly dudes. Because, everything could be described in one single word.
Gnarly.
Exactly. And it's a beautiful Shiraz. It is two old vines that are now so old that they've grown into each other. Oh. And they look like they're two dudes kind of fighting. And so that's the gnarly dudes. And then Two Hands is the name of the winery. And, who doesn't love two hands? I love two hands. A little two-hand action. So
three, sometimes.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Perfect number. But I'm happy with two. Happy with two hands at once. And so yeah, it's a good wine. Yeah.
Perfect. You're just this is gonna be cut, but your mic thing looks just really odd.
Technical difficulties.
Sorry, that was Oh my gosh. We had do you remember we went to that person's place where they showed us wine. They gave us wine.
Yes.
They suggested we do a monthly wine thing.
Club.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a really great way, if you're in Ontario, it's a really great way to get BC wines. Shout out to Shania, our BC girl.
Who is one of our 10 viewers.
Yeah.
By the
one
way.
of our most loyal fans.
Yes.
We love you. But it's a great way if you want to get BC wines anywhere. You can get wines from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But if you want to get kind of wines that are really hard to get in Ontario, you can join a wine club and get really nice wines out of Western Canada. So that's a pro tip.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
It's actually delicious. Chomsky is having he's fallen asleep
Oh gosh.
and he's twitching.
Hopefully we get him dreaming on
Yeah,
this
oh, he
podcast.
makes the cutest sounds.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be adorable.
And all the audio is on everything, so we'll catch it. Okay, we've got a lot to talk about.
Okay.
So let's get into it because we didn't do last episode.
No.
So talking about episode 4 of Slayer's Wheel of Fate, only on Out TV. It was a little bit of a filler episode, so we didn't really. There was really nothing to discuss. However, how sad it was to have lost Barbie.
Yeah.
I thought she brought great value to the show in ways that we like. The thing about this, something that Daniel, Mr. Clark, brought up to me like yesterday. He was like, these eliminations are hard to watch because I can tell that you guys all like each other. And we do. I mean, I'd like to think so. Like, and we don't kiki all the time. We don't all talk every single day. But I have a genuine respect for these people. And we all went through something that only 9 other people can ever can relate to, right?
Yeah.
So it's an experience. And so there was a lot, there was some crying, and you can tell that we were all a little bit somber that episode. I had no one-liners.
Yeah.
Because I was just in my feels about it. I was like, I can't believe someone
I
lost.
hadn't noticed that.
And,
You're right.
we were also we didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
Was someone coming back?
Yeah, of course.
Does it derail? What is
someone
happening?
being eliminated that week or not?
Are we
Because
doing a double?
they really set it up to make it seem like that was coming. But we'll come to that in a second. I just want to say, Barbie was probably, frankly, besides you, my favorite member of the cast. I thought she was a great addition to the show. I thought she was funny.
Flavor.
Flavor.
Just the flavor
Exactly.
that you
she
need.
brought the drama. She brought the glam. She brought the
Yes.
laughs, the one-liners. And she was such a personality. And so
Yes.
she really enhanced the show.
And she really warmed up to the camera, her confessionals. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. And I felt like all of you really liked her, and respect her. And so, of course, when she has to leave, you would all be in your feels. And that was very apparent. And it was very obvious that the energy of the cast was a lot lower. And that's what makes it feel like a filler episode in that way, is because the energy was brought down from you guys just not, you said goodbye to your girl.
Yeah.
Also, funny fact that, we're losing girls really quickly at this point.
Right. Yeah.
Real fast.
It's where they're falling off really
real
quick.
quick.
There's first of all, there was some girl on girl crime in the beginning.
Yeah.
And
then
there
some
were
gay on
some
girl
gay on
crime,
girl crime.
which you had nothing to do with.
And Barbie was just like, you know what? I need to go. I need to get out of here. From what I remember, it was a family emergency while she left.
Yeah.
And I know that controversially, a lot of people would say, how dare you leave? A once in a lifetime opportunity. So a lot of people look at this experience as but for me, family is family.
Yeah.
If something's going on, even when we were on Big Brother, you were allowed to appoint one person to handle all of your whatevers. So let's say, for example, someone really close to you passed away in your family, that person would have the contact of production and say hey, someone has passed away. And then they kind of go back and forth on weighing, do we need to tell John Michael about this? Is this someone that
yeah, of course,
they need to know about, because then they need to leave and go and do their thing, right? Or they get told. And I think in the past, I don't know, I could be wrong about this, but in the past, house guests have had loved ones pass away and they stayed.
Mm-hmm.
They were I'm gonna do it for them.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stay.
Yeah.
To what avail? If something has happened, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So I totally get why she had to leave. I mean, family is first, and I think in ballroom culture,
family's a big deal.
family's huge,
Yeah,
right?
big cultural thing.
They've got everything, and you can tell too, because the way that she treated us was like family. So it's got to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's tricky.
Yeah, I just hope everything is okay now. They got
I
through it
believe
all.
so.
Seems like it. I've been watching through the show. I started to follow her on Instagram, and she seems like she's thriving. So it's good to see. But yeah, really sad to say goodbye to Barbie. I loved her so much. But
I
then tell
know.
me about the team situation. So you get set up
Oh,
now into these teams.
I was triggered, Mama. I was triggered.
Yeah.
First of all, the last time I was in a team, it landed me getting backdoored in not the ways that I want, and getting eliminated. It was bad.
By
So
the way,
like
I like
when
those ways as well.
and in this game, you know, when I'm playing these games, I'm always trying to outsmart the game makers. I'm always trying to think of what could they possibly think, like what could
Yeah,
the
yeah.
twists be, what could be this, what could be that. And the moment they said you guys are partnering up, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I was in disbelief. I was like, what do you mean? What's going on? No, this is not what I signed up for.
Yeah.
But it was, you know what? It was the perfect thing to think of. Like,
Yeah.
it was, I don't know why I didn't think of it, or I didn't think of the, what's it called? The possibility of being partnered up, because it's so within the, like, realm of chaoticness that we've been going
Exactly.
through, right?
And they've been saying since the beginning, Slayer or Slayers.
Yes.
Which clearly implied somehow
yeah.
that this was coming. Like, not that you were going to be in teams, but there some sort of
Some
dynamic
way.
was going to come along.
Oh yeah. So it was a little traumatizing. I actually, believe it or not, I haven't told you this because I've been holding it in the podcast. I didn't even want to be Javante's partner.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
There's nothing wrong with him. There's really nothing wrong with
No.
Javante. He's great. But what was circulating in my head was, what if I have to cut someone? Like, what if, like, now that they're partners,
Yeah.
right, immediately I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, there is now a likelihood that there is a challenge coming up that will cause you to have to turn your back on your partner, or you take the bullet for them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, like, I'm like, why would I partner up? Like, at
Yeah.
this point, I'm looking at Shaq as an option. I'm looking at Steven as an option, because, like, yeah, Shaq and I got along, but we weren't that close in, you know, the gameplay. And Steven and I were building a relationship, but, like, it would have been really easy for me to cut Steven if the opportunity came my way.
Yeah.
So Javante being there, I'm like, and it was all spoken for, because it was all kind of like a puzzle piece that all came together that I had no say in, basically. At this point, like, that entire episode, it was all written for me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, exactly.
because Lou
Yeah.
was already with Leo.
Yeah,
and
Leo picks
and-
Lou,
right.
and Lou agrees to that. And then I think there's just like this assumption that you two are going to make teams. So Shaq and Steven sit down and they quickly, you know, work out their shit and decide we're going to go for it together. And yeah, like that makes a lot of sense that you know, would not have chosen to be with
Yeah.
Javante, but it was sort of chosen for you in the sense that like your other natural partners that you would have paired up with, particularly I think like Lou is someone you would have considered
Oh, yeah, 100%.
pairing up with as well. They were all off the market, and
Yeah.
and there was this sort of expectation across the rest of the contestants that you and Javante were going to be a team.
Exactly. It was already set, right?
yeah,
and
yeah.
we were already acting like partners too. So that was interesting.
That totally makes sense. So.
Watching that risk room was so intense for me. I'm like, I've never seen Tiffany so fired up, but also like what was happening. Like we
Yeah.
literally the moment that they walked away, we're all of us are like, oh my gosh, they're both going home. They're both going home.
Wow.
We're like, this is crazy. Like, what if one of us goes home?
Yeah.
Like, they choose you. Like, you know, so it was a lot. I think that was pretty
And
much.
shout out to Lou, by the way, for
Yes.
opting to stick with Leo.
Oh, right.
I mean, like-
very. I'm gonna stay loyal. Oh,
Yeah, because like honestly, girl,
Yeah.
that was probably not the smart thing to do. But man, was it good TV, and does it make you come across looking amazing?
absolutely.
Because like,
She played on with.
what
her
do you think
heart.
would have happened? Here's a question for you: what do you think would have happened to Lou if she said no? Do you think that there would have been some twist in the game that she would have actually
I
gone
think she
in?
would have gone home.
Oh,
I actually genuinely think
Wow.
that she would have gone home. And like I have an inkling that like that was what was going to happen, because think about it. If Barbie didn't leave, there was going to be somebody
Yeah,
who went into the risk room, or someone who wasn't partnered up,
yeah,
right? So I think it would have just been an immediate elimination. Because, like, what do? You send someone to the risk room, they spin,
Yeah.
they get the sword, they eliminate two people, or they choose one person to eliminate and they partner up. Like,
Yeah.
that,
I bet you Leo would have had he would have spun the wheel, and then if it landed on the sword, it was like an automatic loo kind of thing. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that it was, this saved them both, and they got to both live another day
Yeah,
because of their,
yeah.
like, nobility and, sticking up for each other, and loyalty is the word I'm looking for. But I bet you if just Leo would have gone in there, it would have been you spin and you land on the sword, Lou's going home.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
They got $1,000 each, so
Yeah.
I've been like, you know what? At this point
That's
in the
not
game,
bad.
I was getting
US.
jealous. I was getting
$1,000
jealous.
US.
Like, people are walking in these places and getting cash. Like, when is my time?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I need some money too. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. I just remembered that there's been 2 cash prizes, right?
Yeah. There's Mino.
Oh.
Mino got money.
Yes.
Lou and Leo got money. Who else got money? I think.
Thanks to our friends at Tammy.
Yeah, thanks to our friends at Tammy. Okay, so I think that's it for the episode.
that
right?
episode. Do you want to move to a different topic before we come to this week's episode?
Yes,
'Cause
actually.
holy fuck, this week's episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
okay.
going to. This is unfortunate. But so we had a really weird incident this week where the vet body shamed our dog.
Oh God. Oh, poor Chomsky. Chomsky, cover your ears. Cover your ears.
Raise your hand if you're a new dog owner.
Yeah.
And raise your hand if you spoil your dog on a regular basis.
I think I'm going to put my hand up for that too. But I don't feed him human food.
Raise your hand if you feed him human food. So, can you please tell the story? Like, what happened?
I go in there because we're going away soon and we need to get him boarded. And so we have to get his vaccination done. And so this isn't a checkup. This is just literally to go in there and get a shot. I'm just, bringing him in, blah, blah, blah. And she takes a look at him. She's like, are you feeding him any human food? And I'm like, no, I don't. But occasionally my partner does. She goes, yeah, he's at risk of being overweight. And then she turns him around. So I'm looking at him from the back. And she says, see this line here? And she goes along his hips. And she's like, this should curve inwards. And then she's like, it's not fur, by the way. And just reads poor Chomsky for filth. And he's so clueless and lovable.
Room.
He's in the room. She's right there. He's so clueless and lovable. And he's just so happy to be there. He loves the vet. Anyway, so I've been holding this over John Michael ever since. And poor JM is dealing with a little guilt. But you know what? We're on a right track now. We stopped the food.
I've been almost taking him out for a full hour every morning.
Yeah.
Almost a full hour where I've been throwing a chuck it ball, making him run.
Yeah.
And he does this thing where he'll run faster if it looks like you're running away from him.
Yeah.
So I'm also getting my exercise too.
It's good for both of you. Hey, I don't mind.
But yeah, that was I thought that was interesting that the Chomsky got body shamed today. This week.
She clocked it right away, and I was so unexpected because I just was like, oh, we're here to get vaccines, and she's like, your dog is on his way to being overweight. Okay,
yeah.
thanks vet.
Well, I've adjusted. I think I have been feeding him human food every meal. It started off rarely, but it's gotten. But it was like I had 3 fries left, so I would make him do a spin and a sit and do his thing, and then I'd give him that. But yeah, you know what? I get it. It's my fault. I take full responsibility. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
And I want him to live a long, 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 healthy life.
That's okay. I mean, this is your first pet, and I said this to you the other day. This is your first pet, and a big dog, you can have cats or little dogs or hamsters, fish, whatever. Big dogs are always the hardest. There's just a lot to manage with them, and they're so in your face, they're so present, they need a lot of like this one needs a lot of exercise, a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of mental stimulation,
Yeah.
and they're hard to control because they're big.
Yeah.
And you've done so well
Thank you.
with our Chomsky, and you've
Thank
really
you.
become a fantastic dog owner in a very very short period of time. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
it's I'm no more human food. Do you remember we
Yeah.
were having dinner the other day, and I just suddenly looked at Chomsky and I looked at you and I was like, why is he chewing?
I don't know.
It's like, yeah,
No idea.
No
like,
idea.
What's going on over there?
yeah,
So it was our anniversary.
yes,
I want you to tell me, or actually something that a lot of people ask me, especially with, by the way, thank you so much, everyone who are supporting us in our
Thank you.
relationship journey. Like, you know what? I don't seek validation from people, but like when I post and people are making that post pop off, or like my stories, like it brings me so much joy. I think what I value the most is like people supporting our relationship because they know that you make me happy. That's how I perceive it, right? Like that's and but one thing that people don't realize is that relationships are a lot of work. So what do you think is something that you can, like, what is something that you've learned in your relationship or relationships in the past that not a lot of people on social media like really talk about or address? Like, and
yeah,
I can go first if you want to have some time.
You go first.
I think that I have it written down here. Something that people don't talk about enough in relationships is that it is expensive. Like, don't get
I
me.
feel like this should be my point.
It's expensive. Like, I think I see the money going out. My lips are red from the wine. I see the money
Gnarly.
going out, some of the money coming in. It's not a lot of money coming in, but it's a lot more expensive. And I think maybe because we are in I'm going to say a long distance relationship for the full year that we've been together.
Yeah.
That plays into it because of like the driving back and forth. We're doing this, we're doing that. We're like splurging on
Maintaining
everything.
two properties, two
Maintain-
homes.
Oh, right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think like we need to normalize like people trying to get into relationships. Like I know people who are like unemployed trying to get into relationships. Like, where do you plan on going for your dates?
I love this.
Plan on going home?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what they do.
yeah, I guess.
That's what they do. Unemployed people are allowed to have love too, babe.
Yeah. Okay.
They're
Let me
just
not
probably
come
not
for the broke community.
They're probably just not going to the spa.
Yeah,
But-
let me not go for the broke community. Yeah, that's true. They're not showing up at
Do you want to take another swing at this?
Norwegian spa. Okay. Thoughts, yeah.
For me, I would say the thing I've learned a lot in this relationship has been newsflash, I was previously married and have a very close relationship with my ex-husband still, and I've had other relationships over the years besides that. And one thing I've learned is like you learn a lot about yourself in each one of those relationships, but you also have to be very careful to not bring forward like kind of the trauma or the unresolved conflicts,
Yes.
the problems of those relationships to your new one.
Yes.
You have to discover every new relationship anew. And so that's something I think that they don't talk about on social media.
Yeah.
About as you move from love to love. And I'm the same. Everyone is very happy for me to be with you. And they love watching us because we are very happy. And that makes, I think, people happy for sure.
Yeah.
But I do think that one of the things that's very real is knowing that you grow each time you go
Yes.
into a new relationship, and you have to
Yes.
start with your baggage for sure, but you also have to start fresh. You have to rediscover how to be in a relationship with this person. I'm very different with you than I was with my past
Absolutely.
partners, my ex-husband, etc.
Yeah.
It's very, very different. You have to be open to that change because I think a lot of people have expectations of what a relationship should be
Right.
based on their past experience or just on what they hope and dream about. And I
Yeah.
feel like you have to really discover what a relationship is.
I agree. Like, I'll like say I'll be so vulnerable about this. Like in the very first stages of a relationship, one of the things that I don't want to say we fought about because that's such a it's not something we fought about. It's something that you criticized me of. And he was like,
I like the fight word,
he was
by the
like,
way.
John Michael, I just need to see more effort. I need you to try harder in like elements of this. And in the back of my head, I'm like, me? Try harder? In the past, I've been told you're doing too much. What do you mean, try harder? And it was, where it came from was in my, literally my most recent,
Yeah.
situationship, let's call it. There's some truth behind the idea that we'd never, became an item or got into a relationship because I was doing too much or was trying too hard. And so that affected me in that like, okay, like I need to slow my roll here. I need to, but that retraction in the effort that I was putting in a relationship, like was too far. Like
Right.
I went too far. And, going back, echoing what you're saying, it affected that, right?
Yeah.
Like something that we really, really need to normalize about relationships is that it is a work, not so much work for you with the other person, like effort and this and that, like those things become natural when you love someone. You will do with the necessary work that it takes to make that person happy or adjustments. The work on yourself is, I think, the hardest part, picking and choosing. I'm sure, you do this often with me because I'm so stubborn, but like picking and choosing your battles or picking and choosing like what's worth the fuss of insert situation here,
Exactly.
So and it's a hard, like I mean I would love my livelihood to come from social media, and like obviously us doing this, like we're not too cool for school. Like we want the clicks, we want the views, we want the money, mama. Like you better be sharing our shit.
Let's buy the school with the money.
But we're not, that's not past our heads, but like social media could be so corrupted in this like viewpoint of like so much happiness, so much this. And like we see it so often too, where like relationships that are so public really focus on like all the happy things that are happening.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they divorce or they break up.
Yeah.
And everyone's like shocked. They're just like, what do you mean?
Well, actually, one of the things you've taught me in the time that we've been together, because like when I was barely on social media anymore, I used to be a lot. I was obviously in politics. I lived a very public life, and I was always tweeting. That's what was back in the day, the big political forum, posting on Instagram, like and very social media savvy for a while there. Like, and that was a big part of my life. And a big part of like my brand as a politician is you had to live a life online so that people could see you out in the community and know what you were up to. But then like, as I pulled away from politics, I really left that. And the other thing that politics left me with was this kind of fear of you had to be very careful about what you said or did or posted online or where you were. And one of the things I really loved about being with you is that freedom to just really not care as much.
Yes.
And to be in on the joke, as you say, like to post stuff that is just obviously so unhinged and so crazy. But knowing that like, we're not saying anything controversial, we're not doing anything to bully or belittle anyone, but we're having a laugh, and we're laughing at ourselves, and we are loving ourselves, and we're doing it out loud. And that comes with a bit of mess and silliness sometimes.
Absolutely.
And so like it's really been freeing for me because I never did that before.
To be cringe is to be free.
Yeah.
Hashtag Sophia from Cat's Eye.
Yes.
And I think too, like you really need to wrap your head around, not you, but us. We need to wrap our head around the idea of what it means to subscribe, to follow, right? Like if you are not liking what you're consuming, you need to like block, you need to unfollow, you need to like not be engaging on it, because next topic, why do people engage on content when it doesn't make them happy? In this like, okay, I get it. If it's like a satire and people correcting. Like I see so many videos of people who post satires and then like people coming in and like going ham. Oh my gosh, my most recent post with Out TV with me and Javante making out, I'm getting called a friggin' shallow gay that doesn't push the boundaries of society. And I'm just like, I put myself in the position of that person. And it's like, why even jump into it? Like, if it's different if it's like healthy debate. I love healthy debate. You know, someone's posting something or has talks about something and it's controversial and you're engaging in that and trying to teach them something different.
Yeah.
This. But like, first of all, this is a clip from the show.
Yeah.
Like, this does not define. This does not define anything.
I came up with a phrase, and this again goes back to like kind of politics and like my work in community activism, and it's like all these folks that are on social media all the time, you know, either sharing or, as you say, like rage baiting or
the rage baiting is
commenting.
crazy.
And I described
nowadays.
it to, you know, one of the things that I find really sad about all of that is that a lot of these people that I see very active on social media pushing these things are not really going out and attacking the problem that they want to do good about, right? Like they want to,
Yes.
they're just busy with their fingers. And I referred to it when I was talking to a friend about like the exhaustion of rage, about how much energy it takes out of you to be angry like that you're left with nothing left to actually go out and do something and make a difference. And so like there are things that happen in the world that I'm obviously very, very upset about.
Yeah.
But the rage that would count, like the time and energy it would take to go on online about it, it's just not worth it when I could actually go out and do something.
Absolutely. And I love rage baiting people. Like it's my shtick. But I'll tell you now, anytime I'm posting something that is like even like remotely rage baity, just so you're aware, I'm taking like 5 seconds to film that and then I'm posting it. I'm not sitting there and marveling on like, what do I need to say? What do I need to do? Like it comes to me so fast. Like it has no effect on me. No effect on me whatsoever. No. The only effect that it has on me is it makes me wonder whether or not the receiver of said rage bait actually understands I'm in on the joke.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people still don't know that. A lot of people still don't realize like how intelligent you have to be to actually be doing some of the things that I'm doing. And it's funny. It's like, I will keep telling them I'm actually really smart. Yeah. I know like smart people don't run around and tell people that they're smart, but I feel the need to. I'm actually really smart.
When we first started dating, I think in the first 2-3 months, I think he said 5 or 6 times to me, you know, I'm really smart. And I eventually called it up being like, yeah, babe, you don't need to convince me. I know. But it's so true. Like you really, if anyone ever tries to go for you online, I pity them, because what a waste of their time and their joy and their love, because you are just going to make it so much more agonizing,
so excruciating for them
because you love to do that.
I love to do it. Love to do it, and it's hilarious. And like, oh my goodness, like, and sometimes like, people just don't know how to conduct themselves. Like, and honestly, I promise you. I promise everyone. I promise my mom. I promise my everyone.
You promise Chomsky?
I promise my Chomsky.
He's awake. Oh.
I promise that I would never do something like that or attack someone without being provoked. I never do. I think, like, you know, there's a lot of things that I see online that I'm like, ooh, this is like really out of touch.
Sounds good.
We have a long one for you because we're usually done. Usually be done like by 37 episodes. 37 episodes.
Minutes.
37 minutes. Sorry, I'm like.
I can't wait for our 37th episode.
That would be great.
We're doing so well. We're having so much fun.
Are.
Yeah.
This is officially episode 2 of Afterthought. Right, because we've rebranded officially. Let's talk about the Blue Jays.
Yeah, let's talk about the Blue Jays.
Okay, I'm a bandwagoner. I'm a bandwagoner. I don't watch when it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm sorry. Growing up, when the sport was on, I would engage, I would watch. But am I a season pass holder? No.
Yeah.
Do I live next to the Rogers Center and do I walk over there to watch the game? No. But when we're in the World Series,
World fucking series.
we're tuned the fuck in.
Yeah.
This is the All-Stars
Yeah.
of baseball.
Exactly.
And the last time we've won, I was literally not even born yet.
Wow.
Yeah, I was still in my dad's balls.
I feel so creepy right now. I'm just kidding. I was so young. I don't really remember it.
Yeah,
Like, I was alive, but
I was still in my dad's balls.
I was out of my dad's balls. I was kicking around, but I don't remember them winning the World Series. And I'm the same as you. I do know the sport. Like I understand how the sport works. I know the rules. Stuck balls in Game 6 aside.
He does have trouble when they're wearing the same colored jerseys.
This is true. The Dodgers and the Blue Jays with their stupid fucking blues, so close to each other.
Someone's
There
like
were
hit
some
a
moments-
fly ball, and he's like, catch it. We're like, no, we don't want him to catch it. This is the wrong one.
There were some times that I was, as they say, off base. Yeah, I really loved this World Series. I was the one that texted our group chat when they won the semifinals. I think it's called the American League. When they won that, I was the one that texted the group chat being like, okay, great. Now we have to care about baseball.
Yeah.
I did say that, and it was true. But then when it got going, and I watched several of the games, not all 7, but probably 4 or 5, I think we watched.
Yeah.
It was great baseball. It was
good.
So much fun to win. And like the difference, I just want to talk about the fans for a quick second.
Yeah.
The difference between the LA Dodger fans sitting down, not really
so unhappy.
Looking so unhappy. Of course, like in the games that we watched them lose, but even in the games that they won, not really cheering or enthusiastic. And you watch those Blue Jay fans, those Canadian fans, it was just like an incredible contrast of national pride, of team pride, of city pride, like the revelry, the joy that was happening at the Blue Jays Stadium, Rogers Center. Happening at the Rogers Center, like it was so big, and it was so great to see them play so well as a team. And you learned a lot. Like we learned a lot through it about how this team was not bought by money. Right. It was bought by a heart. It was built with spirit.
The difference in how much they made their annual income is crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, Savage, I make more money than him on a yearly basis, which is crazy.
Exactly.
But yeah, like they make significantly less than the LA Dodgers.
Yeah, and like some of the players on the LA Dodgers making like hundreds of millions over multi-year contracts, and then you got your Savage making so little. There was a great Instagram reel that I saw, which had I think it was Ohtani at the at the plate.
Savage
and Savage pitching, and it was showing how much money they were both making in the time that they were there.
Yeah,
and like Ohtani's skyrocket for every pitch.
Yes.
How much they're making, and so Ohtani's is like skyrocketing every time he strikes out.
Yeah.
And Savage, it's just going up little tiny bits.
Yeah.
It's wild, the disparity that exists in that sport. I don't think that's good for the sport, in my personal opinion. But anyway, coming to the end and them losing, sad.
It was sad. There was some, not to be a conspiracist, but there was some really shady shit going on up in that bitch. Like there was, I should tell you that we should stop swear. We should like try not to swear the first 10 minutes of an episode.
Oh, that's a good pro tip.
Because we're monetized.
And YouTube's catching on.
Well, it's not that they're catching on. It's just a thing. Sorry, back to baseball. Back to baseball. Devastation.
Yeah. Well,
Devastation.
we were a block away from Yonge and Dundas Square for Game 7 in case they won.
Yeah.
Game 6, we were right beside the Rogers Center
in
case they won.
Yes, we were.
We won it. Like I remember going out when the Raptors won the NBA championship and just reveling in the streets. And I was really hoping to do that. Obviously, didn't get to.
No.
But hey, well done, guys. Great World Series. Great season for the Blue Jays. And I love being
really
from Toronto.
get into it.
Yeah.
I really get into it. When I'm there, I'm one of the boys. Like I'm like really
such a boy.
And honestly, they need to change their manager. How about that? Okay? Because why the hell was Hoffman playing when we had Varland was having such a good night. Like, he really was.
Yeah.
And they removed him and put Hoffman just because it's the World Series game and everyone wants to play.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it went downhill.
And that's how they got the point. To
They
even
tie
out
it
the
up.
They
Yeah.
tie it up. And I was devastated. So
Yeah.
I think it's crazy how sports can really bring people together.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting.
I worked on Pride House TO when it happened in Toronto for the Pan Am Games, and that was the one of the phrases that they always said is that sport is political because it does bring everyone together, so it creates a forum to talk about other issues and other causes. But this one was really amplified by the current Canada-US tension.
Yeah.
It really made, like, I was saying if we had won, it would have been like the Russia-Canada hockey summit that happened back in, I think, the 70s. Please don't fact check me on that. I think it was the 70s. But like this big hockey summit that happened. And it was like, I remember in school learning about this hockey game as part of Canadian history. I felt like this Blue Jays game was going to be like that if we'd won, but we didn't. So
yeah, it would have been
written by the
historical.
victors.
I think it would have been a really good, like, in my lifetime kind of thing.
All right,
it's time for the episode.
Oh my god, this
was a good one.
This was a very good one.
Was a
Both
juicy
the
one.
mini sleigh and the maxi sleigh were good challenges.
I was really hoping that we won the mini sleigh for this one.
Yeah,
because like it was only now that I have realized the mini sleigh is always an advantage. Mm-hmm. It always has been. Because in the first mini sleigh,
he moved.
In the first mini sleigh that we had, Mina going in, grabbing the egg, Tiffany said, we don't know if it's going to bring good fortune or bad.
Yeah.
So there was this allure that, like, maybe these mini sleighs might be like an advantage or a disadvantage. We didn't really know. But there were some advantages that felt like disadvantages. Like, for example, Leo winning the marbles.
Yeah.
He eliminated someone from being able to get immunity. So, like, that to me was, like, more of a disadvantage than it was an advantage. Because if you didn't really have an enemy or someone to target at that time, you're putting a target on your back by being like, oh, I have to choose someone. Shoot, you.
Yeah. Because then that person's pissed because they don't have a chance to compete for immunity.
Exactly.
And they might get sent home.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but once I realized, like, oh my gosh, there could be money in these, like, mini sleighs. Like, we need to win these. And my goodness, like, Lou and Leo, like, there was just no way. There was no way. Like, they were both doing exactly what needed to be done. And unfortunately, I couldn't really communicate to Javante the strategy.
Yeah.
Like, to strategize. But what you needed to do was you needed to be looking at everyone else's cards.
Right.
Or, like, when they pulled it up. And that's what was happening. Like, the moment that when I pulled up my card and I saw that, like, Leo is staring at my card, and then Lou happened to get the next card, and mine was the card that he needed next. I was like,
so Lou got
smart.
the E, and then you picked up an R, which is exactly what Leo needed to finish their Slayer.
And I was like,
that's
crap.
exactly what happened.
Like, it was just, actually, now that I realized it, the strategy was to keep picking the same card.
Oh, and let them do the work for you.
Oh my gosh.
Of course. Yeah.
I didn't think of it that way.
So you give them no information.
Yeah.
And you watch them going and getting what they're getting. I wonder if production would have been like, come on.
No, they would have been okay with it. I would have been picking up the same card. The only card that you really needed was the first. Because once you have the first, you just keep picking up the same card over and over again.
Wow. That would have been smart.
Because then you also cancel out that card.
Yeah.
I remember. That's what I needed Javante to do. I needed him to grab the card that I had.
Oh.
I needed him to take the R.
Right.
Because if you take the R, they can't take it. So they would have to go pick a new card.
Pick a different one.
That's what I remember. I remember that.
Oh,
vividly.
right. Yeah. Once you had the final letter, you're looking at him being like, can you help me?
Like, you need to take
pick
this
one
card.
up before
Yes.
Leo
Because
does.
you cannot grab anything else. You need to cancel out.
Yeah, of course.
But that was it. That was the...
He's so pretty.
I know. He is. He
so
is.
pretty.
And that's what I remember thinking that. I was like, damn it. like if I could even just say, because we were not allowed to talk at all. I was
Yeah,
like,
of course.
oh, if I could just say something, this would have been the thing.
Wow.
There was a lot more people, not people talking. There was a lot more character development this episode.
Yes.
A lot more.
Steven and
it
Shaq had a really
Yeah.
important, and I thought like that narrative about domestic violence in gay relationships
Oh,
is not something we as a community talk about very well.
Yeah.
I do not find that there is much like kind of openness about this. We see whether it's to the same extremes of what they were describing, but we see it happen, and we hear it happening in our friends of either emotional abuse or, you know, God forbid, physical or sexual abuse.
yeah.
And it isn't addressed well. And that scene was from what I've seen, one of the first times two gay men just talked about that trauma,
Something that they're going through. Yeah.
yeah, in such a real way. It was really powerful. It was really important. I thought Daddy TV did a fucking
Beautiful
awesome job.
Yes.
Putting those helplines in
Yeah.
right there, pausing the show,
Yeah.
taking a minute to recognize it. I thought that was really important and really well done. So kudos
It makes
to
me
them.
so proud to be part of this production.
Yeah.
Seeing that, just like, and
Yeah.
I know that's not what they're aiming for. They're not doing this to be like, we want like people to be proud of the work that we're doing. Like, no, this is just how genuine these
Yeah.
people are, and like how important these conversations are to have, right? Like, there's this huge thing, this thing that I will die. This is the hill that I am willing to die on, is that we need to stop making subjects taboo to talk about. Drugs, sex, talk about it. It is okay
Yeah.
to discuss it, because when you don't allow people to express themselves or what they're feeling or what they're going through, these are the things that have like do you really think that if someone was well informed that and they were empowered to get out of something, that they would, you know, be trapped in something for years and years and years and years?
Yeah.
I truly believe no.
Yeah.
But because we are still teeter-tottering on this, like, are we allowed to talk about it? Are we not allowed to talk about it? When do we talk about it respectfully? How do we talk about it respectfully without, you know, when I was growing up.
All these parents, sorry if I can
Yeah,
just
go for
interrupt you,
it.
all these parents getting so riled up about sex ed and protesting the F out of it because of, you know, it's talking about gay sex at this age, gay sex at this age. Where are those parents showing up to either call for or celebrate our sexual education curriculum, talking about, you know, signs of abuse
Yes.
and what abuse is,
Yes.
and the power of consent, and
Yes.
like all of that? Like, they're so determined to tear away anything that remotely resembles homosexuality or, God forbid, trans identity from sex ed, but they will at the same time block any progress that we're
Right.
trying to make in advancing these conversations about these very real issues that are playing out in the home. And they just tear down a sex ed curriculum because they're like, we don't like it. It talks about gay people. Where we're trying to actually make these curricula talk about current
Yes.
modern issues. And guess what? Gays are modern. We're around.
Yeah.
But you know what else is also modern? You know, unfortunately, domestic violence. And we need to do a much better
Yes.
job talking about it. Anyway, kudos to Steven and Shaq.
Yeah, for being
that
so,
scene.
yeah, like I
So
commend their
vulnerable.
bravery, absolutely.
100%.
And you know, when I learned about that, like especially with Shaq, because there's something very sweet about him, but something also, when I first met him, something very broken
Yeah.
and in a poetic kind of way. And I just didn't know where that was coming from until he opened up about that, and I was like, whoa.
Did you, just kind of curious, because you obviously weren't in that scene, did they talk about it later? Like, how did you?
We've known about that like a little bit. Like
Oh,
we've
okay.
It was heartbreaking watching Lou. That
Yeah.
was unexpected. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
'cause you didn't see
I
it.
didn't see, right?
Yeah.
Remember this whole time, John Michael has not yet seen this risk room. He has no idea. It could be a clown party, all I know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on in there.
Absolutely.
And so when I saw Lou, like we both were like quiet.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking.
It was so real to watch. Like you see in all sorts of shows, RuPaul, you see eliminations, but this clearly meant so much, particularly to Lou.
It was so real. Yeah.
It was so real.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was really interesting also how, like, no one was expecting that when it is a 50-50 coin flip. Like, it could have, the moment they landed on the risky sleigh, either of those teams were going home. But it really just seemed to shock everyone. And
Yeah.
it shocked the audience. It was so real. I was sitting here, like, hand over mouth.
And even Tiffany, right?
Well,
She
this is my like last rant of the episode. I want to say to Tiffany Pollard, girl, I didn't know much about you before this. I wasn't a reality TV person, but my respect level for you as a host has just been very high from the beginning. But with that scene in particular, and the way that she comforted Lou, and just like her heart for you guys as a cast, really manifested in that scene.
Yeah.
And I have so much respect for her.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for loving and supporting us.
Perfect timing because Chomsky's now so impatient. He wants
Yeah,
love.
he's up and at
He's
'em.
come for the love.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to share our channel wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening. I hope you enjoyed our thoughts after.
Afterthoughts.
Oh, I'm trying to think of like, here are our thoughts about after.
We'll do some thinking about that after.
Workshop it. All right.
Bye.
Bye.